illegal mining activities is widespread. While my colleague Kennedy Chimesi has been covering the protest and joins us live on the telephone. Hello, Kennedy, if you can hear me. We saw the numbers yesterday as the group converged on the Revolution Square. Well, in their own words, the numbers were not encouraging. Tell us about the numbers, where you are currently, and what has been the beginning of this demonstration.
All right, so we are currently at Shangri-La. We are heading to the City House. The protest started around today. As I said earlier on, the numbers are not really encouraging, but to the protesters, the message is so clear that government must declare a state of emergency to fight illegal mining, popularly known as the police are here in their numbers to ensure law and order, and currently there's been no issue of disturbances or anything that would cause the protest. But I have one of the members of the Save the Country who are protesting here to shed more light on today's development. So what's your name? My name is Edward. Alright, Edward, as I indicated earlier on, the numbers are not encouraging today. Yesterday as well. What's the message? Well, as we said, the numbers will not be encouraging, but the message is so resounding and it is clear in our mind. All we are saying is that Galamsey is not a new problem. It is a problem that has been with us. Our water bodies have been polluted and poisoned. Our farmlands have been poisoned. And we are saying that right now what we need is a declaration of a state of emergency. President John Dramani Mahama, as an opposition leader, he passed the call for the repeal of the LI 2462. And we are saying that now that he has to test majority, he must let the people of Ghana know that he cares about us, he cares about future generations, and he's going to uphold the very things that he said while he was in opposition. So, Your Excellency, John Dramani Mahama, we are saying that repeal LI 2462, that is not negotiable. The second part of the problem is the declaration of a state of emergency. And what we are saying is that the state of emergency will be declared on all our rivers. It will be declared in all our forest reserves. And the areas where Galamsey has taken a hold of the people, a state of emergency is going to smash all the cartels, all the groups, all the interest groups, businesses that are polluting our water body. The state of emergency is going to crack the whip and it's going to eradicate all of them. Look, the crisis has gotten to a situation where we can no more put our arms. Look, babies are being born with deformity. There's this striking picture of a baby that was deleted just yesterday. And when you look at the baby's head and you look at the scar and you look at the heart area, you ask yourself, is this a human being? Go to the central region, a population of over 6 million people, they do not have water. The water processing plant in the central region has to shut down and they do not have water to drink. Go to Kokoria, go to Sakwa, water processing plants have all been shut down and we cannot get water to drink. The mercury content in our waters, our drinking water, is so alarming. The stability level is 30,000 NCU. Where are we going? What do we want to see? What do we want to hear? Mr. President, what do you want to see? What do you want to hear again? Before you come to the realization that Galamsey has become an existential threat. Look, on Tuesday, 15 July 2025, while the president was on a thanking tour in the Western North region, he admitted publicly that Galamsey has become a national emergency. So if you allude to this point and you made that admission, why didn't you address the JP and then you are reluctant to declare a state of emergency? Mr. President, that statement was highly irresponsible and it was reckless. And therefore, once you are the president, activate your presidential powers and declare a state of emergency. Thank you very much. All right, so that's one of the members of the city today. And one thing I'm up at is that traffic is building up on the stretch from Fana to Shangri-La and heading to the airport. Traffic is gathering building up. It's moving slowly, but if you are coming from Fana side, you have to spend more time on the numbers. I could count them. They are not more than 50. But they are message is clear that the government must declare a state of emergency to fight in order to fight the illegal mining. We are currently facing.
Indeed, Kennedy, the message is clear. Before I let you go, how long is this protest expected to last, per your own estimation, and where will be the final destination for the protest?
Our final destination is see the president, the Citi House, the seat of government, and interacting with some of the leaders of the people to indicate we have to hold it. And I must say that media guys and everyone who are here to cover the event will have to spend a little longer on the road because we had a long way to go. We are not moving, we stop, we spend a lot of time on the road, just trying to make their message clear. And so, until they reach the Citi House, which is the seat of government, to present a petition to the government, we are still on the road and we are heading in order to ensure that their message is there, which is for government to declare a state of emergency.
All right, Kennedy, thank you so much for bringing us up to speed on this particular protest currently ongoing by the Fix the Country. Kennedy Chumesi is our correspondent on the grounds. But before we go on this particular story, he has been speaking to some protesters earlier.
To use proceeds from gold board, to use proceeds from Galamsey to stabilize the economy, so that we are saying that when BOG said that the government is using $4.6 billion to inject into the forest market so that the dollar will be stabilized. If that is the strategy, then we are telling the president that then that is a blood money economic strategy. Then that strategy is a cicadro strategy of the economy, and we reject it and we don't want it. We reject it and we don't want it. The president should declare a state of emergency and bring Galamsey to an end. People of the media, I must say something also very important, and that is one issue. If we do not bring Galamsey to an end, then we are invoking the spirit of Ghana, because the earth, Asasiya, is an entity. There are spirits in our rivers. Anywhere you go in this world where you see a desert, they will tell you that that place was never a desert. Any place you go where you see drought and rainfall not coming for years, they will tell you that it used to rain over there.
Indeed, Galamsey is a big story, and those were some members of the Fix the Country group currently hitting the streets, calling on government to declare a state of emergency. Now, away from that, the water crisis in the Central region is deepening, with residents of Ifutu municipality expressing fears of an outbreak, while parts of the Goma East district are already recording cases of waterborne diseases, or the shutdown of the Kwanyaku water treatment plant for over 2 weeks due to illegal mining activities, coupled with contamination from the Winneba headworks, has left thousands without safe water. While health workers at the Goma Feta Chips compound report a sharp increase in diarrhea cases. Senior midwife Belinda Sewa-Safo has been speaking on this issue.
There are a lot of challenges. Some people will come here with diarrhea and then a place to poo-poo, because when they poo-poo they have to flush and there is no water. So we are really struggle with water. It's not easy at all. Sometimes you have to send someone to go and fetch water for you. You yourself roaming about, even how to get water to even fetch is a problem for us. So we are really going through a lot. People come here with enteric fever, diarrhea, and it's a whole lot of things. They normally come here. Yesterday like this, we reported about 20 people with diarrhea. And then it's affecting the community. We are pleading the government to come in to solve our problem, because there's shortage of water. We are just pleading. And then the people, the NGOs and other people, so that they should come in for us to solve the problem for us.
That was senior midwife at the Goma Fete Chips compound, Belinda Sewa-Safo. Meanwhile, the Ifutu Municipal Chief Executive, Reverend Atamenta, says the Assembly is considering drilling boreholes in affected communities as a temporary measure to ease the crisis.
10 boreholes, and the 10 boreholes, with the immediate step, we are looking at five boreholes. Here, the nature of our land is being affected with iron and salt. So we are looking at how best we can get RO filtration, plant, where we can use it so that we can get that expected outcome. Again, to the municipality has arranged tankers that will be supplying, communities affected with waters, clean waters.
You heard that from the Efutu Municipal Chief Executive for the municipality, Reverend Atta Mensah. Now, away from that, the Ghana Tertiary Education Commission, GTEC, has suspended the processing of all major requests from the University of Cape Coast over the tenure of Vice Chancellor Professor Johnson Nyako Buampong. In a letter to the UCC registrar, GTEC says the move was necessary because the university's governing council had been restrained by a High Court injunction in October from making any decision on Professor Buampong's appointment. Now, despite this, he has remained in office beyond the compulsory retirement age. As a result, GTEC will no longer process requests from UCC, including accreditation, financial clearance, and salaries. Order the suspension takes immediate effect and will remain until the university fully complies with the directive and provides proof of compliance. A Citi News checks on GTEC's website showed that UCC has been effectively delisted, with the site indicating that the university does not exist. Well, that's it for that particular story coming in there from the University of Cape Coast. But this is still the Citi Prime News from our studio in Accra. Still to come, calm returns to Kukrantumi as police sent reinforcements from the Eastern Regional Police Command following violent clashes yesterday. To stay tuned.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connect you to the newsmakers.
The luckiest everywhere for everyone. Yeah.
This year is going to be sweet. I don't just feel it, I know it, because the Luckiest Season 3 is back.
And I'm about to show you how to grab your golden ticket. Just dial *712# and follow the prompts to purchase your ticket. Or go to theluckiestafrica.com, hit community tickets, and pick your lucky number.
Or let the system do its magic. Choose how much you want to spend from 1 to 5,000 Ghana cedis. You can even buy a ticket for someone else. Be someone's hero. Payment? Easy. Mobile money in Ghana or card if you're international.
One ticket can turn 1 CD into 500 times more. That's maths we love. Or your community will win 10 times more. So let's get lucky together, because luck is everywhere.
Play responsibly, not for persons under 18 years. This promotion is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connect you to the newsmakers.
You're welcome back to the Citi Prime News. Let's bring you some more stories, and police reinforcements have been deployed from the Eastern Regional Police Command to Kukrantumi following an attack on the local police station by irate youth after the death of a suspect in custody. In a statement, the Eastern Regional Police Command announced the temporary closure of the Kukrantumi police station as investigations continue. Well, Eastern Regional Minister Rita Awate, speaking to Citi News, indicated that calm has been restored to the community.
Apparently, a suspect was arrested, and the information was that the suspect was resisting arrest, and it ended up in maybe some clash between the suspect and the policeman, which ended in the hospital. We lost the suspect. And because of that, the youths got annoyed, got angry, and there was a lot that went on. They attempted burning the police station, but the police command and the policemen came in, and it was put to a hold. A lot of breakages, louvers and doors opened, and louvers breakages and other things. Through that, 2 policemen also got hurt. Calmness has returned to Kukrantumi. I visited the place, and I went to the house of the bereaved, and we sympathized with them. We assured them of government support, and that we are going to carry out every investigation to really know what happened. And I had the opportunity of talking to the youth of the area too. Police have not been withdrawn from the place, just that we've made them vacate posts. We've locked the doors, and there are residents who have been vacated, but there is reinforcement from Koforidua Command to take up whatever security this thing over there. So
that was Eastern Regional Minister Rita Awate. Now, meanwhile, personnel formerly stationed at the Kukrantumi Police Station have been reassigned to the Eastern Regional Headquarters in Koforidua, Galloway. Now, sources indicate that no other suspects were in custody before the station's closure. The 2 officers injured during the attack have since been treated and discharged, but remain under close monitoring at the police hospital. Now, the long-standing water crisis in the Greater Tamale area remains unresolved despite repeated assurances from state officials. Ghana Water Limited in the northern region still relies on water pumps dating back to 1972 to serve a population that has increased from approximately 100,000 to over 1.4 million. Officials, however, are optimistic that a recent visit by Parliament's Select Committee on Sanitation and Water Resources could help ease the situation. Our Northern Bureau Chief Shawana Yusuf reports.
At present, the Dalong water treatment plant produces just 35,000 cubic meters of water daily, far short of the 90,000 cubic meters required to meet the region's demand. Speaking during the committee's tour of the facility, Ghana Water Company Limited Regional Chief Manager Stephen Amihia Mensah cited outdated infrastructure and frequent power outages as the plant's greatest challenges.
We are even still using a pump that was installed in 1972. The new ones that were installed in 2015 are not as robust as 72 one. So they keep giving up. When they give up, then we have to manufacture parts locally to replace them. That has been the challenge. The other challenge is power outages. We hardly get 24-hour power supply here on the plant. So instead of giving out the best of above 40,000 cubic meters of water a day, we can averagely do 35,000. And the demand currently for Tamale is about 90,000 cubic meters of water.
He also pointed to sand winning as a major human activity, disrupting operations, calling for stronger public sensitization, and urging sand winners to relocate upstream to protect the plant's equipment.
I've been here for about 3 years. It used to be worse, but thankfully we have a new Dalong chief who is very enlightened and is helping us. We're also collaborating with Water Resources Commission and then Current Relief Services to combat this issue. So the immediate solution is educating the people to win the sand upstream to our intake. What it means is that they should win the sand, even if they have to win, immediately they should just win upstream, so that the activity will not affect our pumps. So this year, the intensity has reduced, but we still have some few recalcitrant people who are still doing the downstream. That affects our pumps. So we're also collaborating with the Kumbungu District Assembly.
Chairman of the Parliamentary Select Committee on Sanitation and Water Resources, John Oti Bless, assured that the committee is determined to support lasting solutions to the water company's challenges in the northern region.
Like I said, President Mahama is a very committed leader. He has assured the people of this country that he is very determined to reset this country within the next 4 years, and that is exactly what he's doing. So I believe that if this issue is carried to President Mahama, something is going to be done. And you are aware that currently there's an ongoing arrangement between government and the European Union and other international donors. We are going to hammer more on that to ensure that the money is released. And once that comes into fruition, this problem will be solved. And again, another critical problem is the sand winners. We are going to get the Water Resource Commission to get involved, because that is their responsibility to ensure that they stop the sand winners from destroying our water body.
Our Northern Bureau Chief Shawana Yusuf filed that report. Meanwhile, the Chief Manager for the Ghana Water Limited in the Northern Region, Stephen Amehia-Mensah, said the completion of the treatment plant at Yape will help resolve the water crisis in Tamale.
The only solution is the solution of the 135,000 cubic meters of water treatment plant at Yape. And that one, like I said, government is working very hard at it. We are hoping that the next 2 years from now, that will be done. Less mechanically robust pumps installed, breaking down regularly. And then we have power outages too. We hardly get 24-hour power supply. So averagely, we are doing 35,000 cubic meters of water. That's the problem. Demand has grown, we are supplying very little. But in the interim, my management, led by my MD, Honorable Mutawakili, is working hard. In fact, they have got consultants to site. They have promised to bring parts, new parts, not the local ones that we fabricate, new parts from the original suppliers to help us maintain the pumps so that at least we can be doing around 40,000 above instead of the average 35,000 a week. Then we keep rationing the water and improve the distribution. That is what we can do for now.
You heard the Chief Manager for the Ghana Water Limited in the Northern Region, Stephen Amehia-Mensah. Now let's take you to the Ashanti region, where a 20-year-old man has allegedly died by committing suicide at Obuasi community in Agogo in the Asante Akim North Municipality of the region. Reports indicate that a young man returned from church with his girlfriend, and while they rested, she later woke up to find him hanging from the ceiling. Residents alerted the Agogo Police Command and the National Disaster Management Organization, that's NADMO. The body has since been deposited at the Agogo Presbyterian Hospital morgue for preservation and autopsy. Police say investigations are underway. Now, the Clean Air Fund Ghana is urging governments to develop a consolidated national clean air policy to tackle the country's worsening air quality. A study by Ghanaian consultancy PSS Ebania Consult shows that air pollution has become the leading cause of death in the country, killing about 30,000 people each year. While speaking at the 2025 Clean Air Conference in Accra, country lead for Clean Air Ghana, Desmond Appiah, said a unified policy will help set clear timelines and drive more comprehensive strategies against air pollution.
We join our voice to the call for a consolidated national clean air policy. The reason for that call is because having like a singular document or policy helps you to put targets in there, and the targets would then have timelines. Because what we have in Ghana is that there are so many documents or policies mentioning air quality or aiming to address air quality issues, but without the specific timelines and the targets that we want to achieve, by which percentage reduction, by which date, and by who. I think that it makes it a lot more difficult. But if you go and you have a singular policy which has consolidated all these bits and pieces, we can then use that as a guide to our aspiration as a people.
That was a country lead for Clean Air Ghana, Desmond Appiah. Away from that, Farm Milk PLC has announced the expansion of its flagship school caravan initiative, which educates children on healthy snacking, waste management and sustainability. The program, run in partnership with the Ghana Education Service and plastics manufacturer Miniplast, aims to promote healthier lifestyles and recycling habits among school children. As part of its anniversary celebration, Fan Milk will introduce a special award where the winning school will receive funds to build or refurbish a learning facility. While speaking to Citi News, Managing Director of Fan Milk PLC, Lionel Parent, said the initiative, which started in 2018 as the Fan Choco School Caravan, has already reached over 300,000 students across Ghana and collected more than 4 million wrappers through its wrapper collection challenge.
Farming School Caravan is really about, educating and spreading healthy snacking. First, you need to eat well if you want to be in good health. Second, it's also about recycling. all the packaging, not only us, but every company that produce something that you buy and eat generate packaging. So you have two choices. Either you just throw it away in the nature or you recycle it. And what we want to do is we want to educate the young generation to build a sustainable future by embedding this recycling habit in their daily habit of don't throw away the packaging, the nature on the floor. Just put it in the bin for recycling to give a second life to every packaging to get a better, greener future for our community, for our country. So this year we are intending to reach 1,000 schools. Last year it was 100 schools.
That was Managing Director of Farmilk PLC, Lionel Parent. Now, with just 5 days to the biggest annual corporate event, the Citi Business Olympics, Trust Hospital says it is fully prepared to make an impact at the competition. The annual corporate sports gathering will bring together companies to compete in various disciplines such as swimming, football, seven-a-side soccer, volleyball, lime and spoon, table tennis, chess, sack racing, and more. All the event is scheduled for the Eden Heights Sports Complex in Weja, Accra. Speaking on Breakfast Daily on Channel 1 Television, representatives from Trust Hospital said their teams across the various sporting disciplines are gearing up for Saturday.
We weren't really prepared, but somehow we came up with a medal, and most of the teams came close to the podium. So we are looking forward to building on that.
Right.
And it was interesting seeing a lot of companies having such good teams, and it's made us realize that even though we are a hospital and we cater for people, we don't want to be left out in the sporting events as well. So we are putting together teams that can.
How important is this sort of?
You heard that Solomon Obeng Asare from the ICT Infrastructure System and Security Team at Trust Hospital Company Limited, and Makafui Aju Aklobotu from the Communications Team, also at Trust Hospital Company Limited, speaking there on Breakfast Daily on Channel 1 TV. And that's how we wrap up this edition of the Citi Prime News from our studio in Accra. Log on to citinewsroom.com for more news. I'm Akosia Audrey. Many thanks for listening.
Citi News. We speak first. Reach our hotline on 0302 224959 and get interactive on Facebook, Citi 97.3 FM, and on Twitter at Citi 973.
Citi 97.3 Accra.
Bachidankwa.